Hello everybody, MightyNifty here, and today we are going to be making meatloaf and gravy. This American classic is juicy, succulent, and a great way to use spare ground meat, and it is reminiscent of one of the enemies from my recent review of Lovely Planet. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So we're going to start off today's recipe with two kinds of vegetables, some onions and some carrots. Normally I would say you just want to peel the skin off of the carrots and throw them into your food processor to shred them up into little tiny bits. But I know not everybody has a food processor, and as far as I'm concerned, I don't feel like cleaning one. So today I'm going to show you a nice quick method to get shredded carrots without using a food processor. So as normal, you want to peel the outside of your carrot, and then we can take the peeler and get rid of all the shavings from the outside, and then just peel the carrot as quickly as you can with a speed peeler, and just keep going until you have all these little ribbons of carrot. Now since these are already really thin, it does the job that the food processor makes easier for us. So then you can just take your knife, hold it just like this, and just keep going up and down and back and forth for a couple minutes or so, and then you should have some great, awesome shredded carrot ready for your recipe. Next, we're just going to dice up half of an onion by cutting it down to the root like this lengthwise, then cutting across the center, and then just going across just like you see me doing here. One of these days I will be doing a video on cutting up things like this and dicing, but for today, just try to follow along with what I'm doing in the video. And to round out our veggies, I'm just going to add in some nice garlic, cutting it the same exact way that I did with the onion, and throwing that into our mixed veggies. Next, I just want to add a bit more freshness to our meatloaf, so I'm going to add some nice parsley leaves that I'm just going to chop up into nice small pieces and throw those into our vegetables. Now it's time for the meat. So we're just going to take about a pound of ground turkey or pork or lamb or beef, whatever you want, but today I'm using turkey, and we're just going to drop that into the bowl, and now it's ready for some seasoning. So to get some serious flavor into our meatloaf, I'm going to add some paprika, just a bit of salt and pepper, and some oregano, and of course some Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire steak sauce. Moving on, we want to crack in 1 egg, which is going to act as the binding agent for our entire meatloaf. And then we want to have something to soak up all of the juices and all of the sauces that are going to be going into this. So we're going to put some breadcrumbs in, and we want to start off with about half a cup, but we can move on and move up as we need more. You can always add more, you can never take it away. So start off small and then just move until you feel like you have a nice solid blob of meat that won't fall apart in the oven, and you are ready to form your meatloaf. So on our cookie sheet, covered in aluminum foil, we just want to dump our meat out, and then we can shape it into whatever shape you want. You want a star? Go with a star. You want a square? Be a square. You want it to be a rhombus? Okay. Just make your meatloaf into whatever shape you want, preferably something that's going to cook evenly, but then you are ready to throw this into a 325-degree oven for 15 minutes. This is just going to be a preliminary cooking until we're ready to put our sauce on, which, while it's in the oven, let's get started on that. This is called efficiency, folks. So, in your adorably tiny blue bowl, you are going to want to add some brown sugar, and then you're going to want to mix in some Dijon Mustard, a little bit of ketchup, some Worcestershire Sauce, and some black pepper, and then some Sriracha for some heat. Mix that all together with a spoon until it is a nice smooth consistency, and you have a great glaze for the meatloaf. If you're not a fan of super spicy things, you don't necessarily need to add the Sriracha. Once your meatloaf is out of the oven and has a nice crust on the outside that won't let the glaze slip right through, you want to take your glaze and slowly spoon it over the top. And you can use all the glaze, you can use half the glaze, just do whatever you want to do, as long as this thing has a nice even coating, and then you just want to throw it back into that 325-degree oven for another 30 to 35 minutes or so. And once it comes out of the oven, you should have a beautiful looking meatloaf just like this. Awesome glaze on top, just a little bit of fat dripping off. And if you were wondering why the aluminum foil is on the cookie sheet, you can see all of that burnt stuff onto the aluminum foil. I don't want to clean that off. If you want to clean that off, be my guest. So to serve this, what I wanted to do was make it look just like one of the enemies from the game. So I put a bit of ketchup on for the mouth, a bit of mustard on for the eyes, and some pepper for eyebrows. So let's do a quick side-by-side comparison. Oh God. Seeing this, all I can think is just one thing. Yes, I would serve anything for love. Oh, I would serve anything for love. I would serve anything for love. But I won't serve that. So let's make some gravy. So a good chef always knows how to cover up their mistakes, and in this pot is my cover up. So a 1/4 cup of butter goes in, gets melted down, and then a 1/4 cup of flour is added into that, stirred together, and cooked into a roux. Now you want to cook this into a blonde roux, which smells like cooked pie crust, and it should be a bit of a yellowish brown color. Don't go too far and keep a careful eye on it because it can burn very easily. Next you want to add 1 to 2 cups of chicken broth, and then you just want to reduce it down into a nice gravy. You can season this with pepper like I did if you want, or you can leave it plain if you feel as though your food has enough seasoning as is. I just like the extra flavor. And there you have it, guys. As soon as your gravy is at a consistency that you are happy with, you have a delicious sauce to cover up your hideous meatloaf with. And there you go. One beautiful meatloaf, some nice gravy, and if you want to see where those beautiful and delicious smashed potatoes came from, be sure to check out yesterday's video right here. I did a nice quick video describing how to make smashed, not mashed potatoes. But that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope you give it a try at home. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see some more or see some more game reviews. And as always, guys, have a mighty nifty day today.